You really can't go wrong with either one of these cheap big box weed killers. Spectracide Weed Stop for Lawns plus Crabgrass Killer and Bio Advanced all-in-one lawn weed and crabgrass killer. They are essentially the same thing but by different brands. Competitors, you could say. They fall into the category of post-emergent selective herbicides, which means they kill weeds unlike a pre-emergent that prevents them. And they're safe on grass unlike a non-selective herbicide that will kill any plant it touches. I've used and had really good results with both. On the shelf, they look like equivalents, but upon further inspection, there are some key differences. And that's why I'll only spend my money on one from now on, and it's the Spectracide. Let's talk about the reasons why I think it's the one to buy. A quick look at the labels and you'll probably think it's pretty obvious which one is better. Spectracide claims to kill 470 plus weeds while Bio Advanced only touts 200. But if we take a look at the active ingredients, we'll notice a few things. They both contain 2,4-D, which is a widely used herbicide to control broadleaf weeds. 2,4-D products can be used safely by following label directions and generally have low toxicity for humans. The concentration is a bit higher in the Bio Advanced. The next ingredient is also in both products, quinclorac. It's the crabgrass killer. If you're struggling with crabgrass and buy an herbicide without this in it, you've already made your first mistake. You'll make your second mistake if you wait too long to treat. You want to spray the crabgrass as it's just popping up. As the plant matures, it becomes much stronger and more resistant to the weed killer. The quinclorac is beefed up slightly in the Spectracide. Dicamba is the last ingredient shared by both. It's a selective systemic herbicide used to treat annual, biennial, and perennial broadleaf weeds. There's very minimal difference in the concentration between the two products. In my experience, broadleaf weeds are easy to eliminate, so the amount of 2,4-D and dicamba in them makes no difference to me as long as they're both active. If there were more, I highly doubt it would have much impact, if any at all, on my end result. However, I will gladly take the increased percentage of quinclorac in the Spectracide. Crabgrass can be a super stubborn weed, and a little extra potency can go a long way. There's still one major difference in the active ingredients that we haven't even talked about yet. And if you ask me, it's the biggest selling point of all. But first, I want to be clear, the active ingredients aren't the only part of the equation. There's some things you can do to increase your chances of weed killing success. I'll leave a video linked down below with some simple tips to give you the best results no matter what product you use. As we move into the number one reason of all to buy the Spectracide over the Bio Advanced, I have to point one other important thing out. After all, this is budget lawns. It's cheaper. Now, I'm only pricing the 40-ounce bottle of concentrate because it's the most cost-effective way to go by mixing your own. At Lowe's, a bottle of the Spectracide costs about $11, while the Bio Advanced will run you about $14. You can pick up the Spectracide at Home Depot for a 10-spot, but the Bio Advanced will get you for $13. Not only will you get the Spectracide for less, but you'll get an extra beneficial active ingredient to boot. It's called sulfentrazone. This herbicide is used to control broadleaf weeds, grasses, and sedges. Most importantly for many homeowners, yellow nutsedge. You know, the one that you've been told over and over to never pick, or it'll just make it worse and spread more? Yeah, that weed. Well, if you take that no-pick advice, the Spectracide will kill it for you. The Bio Advanced won't. Trigger warning. I pick every single yellow nutsedge I see. Always have, always will. From my experience, if you're diligent about picking them while they're baby plants and don't let the problem get out of control, they can't survive. And from my understanding, up until the point they have 6 leaves or more, they haven't started developing those tubers that help them spread even after being pulled. Now listen, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Regardless, I've pulled many a yellow nutsedges in my day and never noticed the problem get worse. I do know that the Spectracide works though. I zapped a few one day to test it out while spot treating some white clover. Of course, the best way to remove it from your lawn is to eliminate the environmental conditions allowing it to thrive. In other words, quit watering so dang much. It loves warmth and moisture, and only one of those is even slightly in your control. If you irrigate less and fix your drainage, you'll have fewer problems with yellow nutsedge. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.